Gentlemen, here's our first grammar screencast. You'll remember a while ago we worked on the Chapter 5 Agreement Review. This is page 179 in your EOL. Okay. What I'm going to do is walk you through the exercises, and we'll go through these. So please have your EOL book out. I believe you also have a homework sheet that you did for this, so you can correct your own homework sheet as we go through this. We will still be responsible for this material, and we'll be having a quiz on chapters 5, and then we'll do chapter 6 as well, and we'll have a quiz on that one as well. Okay? So, page 179 in your EOL. Let's get rolling here. All right, I'm going to do one sentence at a time just because it's easiest to read that way. Okay? So here we go. The Pickwick Papers was Dickens' first published novel. It's was because Pickwick Papers is singular, even though there's an S on there. It's one novel, so we treat it as a singular. So was. Neither Francisco nor Joe has called to order tickets yet, right? It's got to be has because they're joined by nor. And the rule is when you have two subjects joined by nor, you go with the subject closest to the verb. Here the subject is Joe, which is singular, which means we need has, which is also singular. Okay? Number 3, is either one of them participating in the play? Well, the subject is one, right? So if that's the subject, then one is the verb, right? Is has to be the verb there. Okay? Number 4, there were a number of students in the hall. It has to be were because look at what the subject is. The subject is number, and we can tell that the number is plural because it's number of students. So that means it has to be were, the plural. Okay? Theodore or William always has a pocket calculator. Remember, these are the ones joined by or. When it's joined by or, you go with the subject closest to the verb. Here it's William, which is singular, which means that we need the singular verb. Okay? Next, either the guidance counselor or the principal is certain to know. Again, now we're seeing this pattern here. We've seen it with number 2, number 5, and now number 6. Anything joined by or nor, you go with the subject closest to the verb. Okay? 7, here are the attendance figures. Figures is the subject, which means that it has to be are. Figures are. Okay? Mathematics seems more difficult. Seems, it has to be the singular. Remember, mathematics, even though it has an S on it, is in fact singular, right? It's one subject.
Daddy?
So it's one subject, which means seems is the singular, right? And if you ever get confused, you can always test it by writing he seems and they seem. Okay? All right. Let me get to number 10, and then I'm going to have to attend to little Joseph Vella here, who clearly needs my attention. All right? Shelley is one of those poets who is almost certain to be represented in any anthology of English verse. Okay? So the who is the subject here, who is, but the who refers back to Shelley, which is singular. So that's why it's who is, singular. Okay? $7.50 is too much to spend on lunch. We're thinking of this amount as a unit, right? It's one unit. I'm not counting up every penny. I'm talking about one unit of $7.50. And so that is too much to spend on lunch. Okay? That's our first 10 there, guys. I'm going to do a few more as we work through the rest of these exercises. Okay. We'll watch all these videos before we actually have any class discussion of it. All right?